Hi, Terry here again, and my voice is still a little off, and hopefully I won't cough. I guess I'm going to talk like I'm a poet today. But anyhow, I am here to do another layout, and I'm going to use this beautiful 49 in market paper. It's vintage Artistry Teal. And this one's called Flutter. And the other side looks like this. It's like it's just a gorgeous paper. Both ways. But I actually bought this paper for this layout. And then the other paper I'm going to use just basically as a frame. It is from the American Crafts Country Rustic. And I got it at Tuesday morning, a whole pad. Love it. And I am using that because it is the same colors as the beautiful robin's nest we found. And I'm going to use three pictures. Here is the sketch I am using, except for, again, I'm going to change it up a little because I'm not going to use this here, but I'm using the three pictures laid out like that. I will have my title kind of tucked in here and the tag, and then I'm going to have journaling over here. So you'll see how it's just a little bit different. And I love these pictures. Look at this one with the snow. My husband, here's what my journaling is going to say. When my husband found these robin eggs in our holly bush, I sent photos to my kids and sisters. When they hatched, I sent out more photos. My sister Christy told me to name the baby robins. So in my mind, I was thinking, what do you name a robin? And then all the names of Robin Williams characters went running through my head. Adrian from Good Morning Vietnam, Popeye, Mork, and Mrs. Doubtfire. So that's what we called the robins. I thought that was so perfect. So I think I'm going to maybe layer this bigger one. I love seeing it in the snow. I had actually had another one pulled out, which I love that too. But I really want to use three photos like my sketch. And so I'm going to kind of layer them like that. And then up here I'm going to stick the title, and it is, whoops, maybe I need to push this up a little bit because I want my title stuck right in here, and it's called A Robin by Any Other Name. So it sounds like Shakespeare. My friend said, oh, you ought to say it like such and such, which I don't remember now, and I said, no, it has to sound like Shakespeare. Okay, so, and again, this is not going to be hard, so I am just going to go ahead and tape it down. Oh, let me go ahead and tape this on here. And again, I just put a little tape on it and then I go around and glue. Because I know when I was looking through some of my old well, not old albums, but I guess they are old albums, that some of my early albums, I guess I should say, that the tape just gave out. So I think it's real good to make part of it glue. Okay. And I'm just going to put a little on each of them. my I'm thinking my first one is maybe about here. I'm just going to lay it down lightly. So it's about 3 inches from the edge. Let me see where this one ends up. Oh yeah, and that should be about 3 inches from the edge. One of the butterflies on the paper does get covered up, but that's okay, because I'm going to add some. Oh, and this one I know has to go down more, because I want to stick that title in there. I love this. I've just been anticipating it, but then I had to wait for the paper, since I decided I had to have the paper that was the same color as the eggs. Okay, that's probably good there. And I'm gonna stick this over here. Whoa, that might be pushing it. Oh no, it should be okay, I think. Oh, let me check my cheat sheet. Oh, it does need to come over a little bit. Okay. So this one does need to be covering a little bit more of the butterfly. That's the reason how come I didn't bring the vertical piece of paper into the equation, because I did not want to cover up any more of this paper than what I already am, because it's too gorgeous. Oh, I like that better with a little off. Okay. And then I am going to see, I don't want this one. Does this one go like this? Yes, okay. So, I guess these are both kind of shaped the same. These embellishments are from the wing collection from Mintay. Let's see if I can just, I guess I should have glued them. Let me do that. Okay. I need this to be here, so I'm going to stick this about here. And these leaves kind of look like my holly bush. I think they probably are holly leaves. Okay. I'm just going to go ahead and glue them, since that tape runner did not tore apart my, oh, maybe I still gotta tape this one. It doesn't want to just go ahead and stick. Okay. Okay, so I am then going to put the title here, and I'm going to put it right over this nest. It kind of, wow, it's all wonky. Yeah, that these foam letters bend is a blessing and a curse. Because you got to kind of get them to do what you want them to. And I'm going to turn this, because it is easier than to put them in a line, to try to line them up right next to each other. If that made any sense. Okay. Ever since I took these photos, like this has been a robin by any other name was going through my head. So, I don't know, are you guys like that? If you have a photo and it's like you already are contemplating the whole layout and everything else. I like the layout. I had so many photos, but this kind of made me narrow it down, so that's kind of helpful. Because I don't need a 2-page layout of eggs and baby birds. But we live kind of on the edge of our town, and we're not actually in town, but I mean, it's like if you live where we're at, we don't even count to go to the library. You have to buy a library card or pay for one of the I think they're called plaque cards if you want to go to that library, because we live in another county, so that's kind of annoying. But anyway, we live on the edge. We have a camp, military camp, so if you ever hear, oh, I don't have that even, which one do I want to move? Kind of like where that's top one's at better than this one. So I'm going to move this one just a little bit. So if you ever hear machine gunning while I'm taping, don't worry, I'm not in a war zone. I'm sure I'm not the only one. That's not too bad. It's when they drop a bomb and I wonder if it's laying in my backyard that always shakes me, as well as a house. Okay. Okay, where's my robin? Okay, up here. Okay, my by any. Sometimes the other hand just has to do it. The one I'm not as good with, but so are you guys using any of the any sketches today as you're scrapbooking? Side. Oh well, I'll fix it later if I decide I don't like it there. Okay. I'm really liking using the sketches, especially since, you know, it's kind of like a jumping off point. I love this, laying out the 3 pictures. So that way because otherwise I kind of get in a rut. It's like, okay, I've got 3 pictures, they're lined up horizontally. I want to run my paper vertically all the time. It's totally my go-to. And so this kind of gives an opportunity to try different things when you're kind of, but I feel like I'm kind of limited in thought. And right now I've got COVID brain, so it's like, you know, how do you work from that? Okay, that's pretty good. I could line that by any up a little bit better, but I think that looks pretty good. And I know it's over the stuff, but I kind of like it like that. And then over here, I'm going to kind of, I don't know if I'm kind of tucking that in a little bit by the photo. And then over here, I'm going to put more leaves. Oh, I keep forgetting I gotta put my nest here. Okay, so it doesn't actually have to go underneath there. Okay, and so this one I'm going to glue again because I don't want to tear it up. I know where this one's going to go. I love fussy cutting. Now you see on these I did not cut them perfectly, but it's pretty, you know, good enough. I mean, it's not about being perfect. It's about telling the story and the photos that you have. Okay. And then I have this bird that I am sure it is not a robin, but I have no idea. It's gonna work as my robin today. He's playing the character of Robin today if he's not a robin. He's going to stand here and play his part. Okay, and again, I get to play with the tag, which I told you I love tags. I usually forget to have them, you know, on my pages. And so this way I am adding them to my page, so I like that. And so I'm just going to tie a bow in it, and it's going to be tucked underneath this here photo. I noticed in my last video I said fur for four. Maybe I'm a hick. My stepson always makes fun of my talking, but I know it's people or something that he thinks I say funny. Okay, let me make this one a little bit smaller. I just tie them and then keep adjusting them until I like just how they look. So, okay, my hands are gonna work here. Well, I want to do I kind of let it for a while. And I'm going to stick this underneath here. Oh, and it looks like I'm going to have to trim some of it off because of my thing there. These are really nice tags. I probably got them at Tuesday morning too. And I'm going to have enough of that underneath there that, you know how when you go through a encyclopedia of birds or something, and you'll see like a lineup of, you know, like bird eggs for certain birds. So that's what I'm doing here on this tag. I thought that would be a fun idea. And so this one's bigger. This one, I'm not sure if it's, I know it's smaller than the big one, but it might be the same size as the little one. I can't tell for sure, but they're kind of close. But I thought this one looked just a little bit smaller. Or maybe when I was cutting, I got a little carried away and cut off a little more. Who knows? Who knows? Okay, so I'm putting that there. And so I would say that's probably the correct place for it. And then, again, I'm going to stick this leaves in here and put this bird's nest. And you can see that this bird made his out of the pussy willow branch. Love it. That's my daughter. She's looking for my other video. It is still loading. Okay, so I'm going to tuck that in a little bit. Just kind of let it go over the eggs because that's my background. I love this. I feel like this is a minimalist page because sometimes I can get really carried away. And I would say my friends would say there's nothing minimalist about me. Okay, and then these butterflies, I'm going to put this one up here and I'm going to stick one down here and one here. And I put dimensionals on them so that they would, the wings would kind of stick up. Because I just think they should always be a little up in the air. Okay, and my husband found a, you could tell he's the outside guy because he's the one who found the eggs. He also found a beautiful butterfly. What was the name of that? I think it's called a tiger something. But I have that. I'll be scrapbooking that one of these days. And earlier I started talking about how we live kind of, my camera quit again. I was talking about how we live kind of on the edge of, it's almost like in our front yard. My daughter, when she comes here, she goes, I keep forgetting how you guys kind of like live in the country. She says you look out the back door and you think you're out in the country, and out the front door you're in a neighborhood. And it's like, yep, that's that's kind of what it seems like, because we've had all kinds of animals around here, let me tell you. We've had foxes, coyotes that were birthed underneath our neighbor's shed. And every year there's groundhogs. Oh, I forgot to put this thing down. Okay. And so I've got pictures of the foxes too that I would like to do a page that's maybe just like all our, I want to call them our yard pets. Okay, and then I'm going to use some, let's see what I do with them. These white enamel dots. Did I quit talking? Nobody would believe that. Oh, it's really funny. My friend and I, Sandy Riley, we have been scrapbooking together. Well, she's the one who got me scrapbooking. It's all her fault. And anyway, she wanted to make cards. So we went to a Stampin' Up! Party, and then we loved making cards. And the lady at the library in town, the one that, no, I can't go to. Now my friend could, because she's like in Bartholomew County. But anyhow, when I think I'm going to do that. When I was in there one day, the lady's like, she knew that I made things all the time. And she's like, oh, you need to do a class. It's like, well, it's really hard to do a scrapbook class, especially, it's like, she says, you have to bring all the supplies. And it's like, I'm not giving like all my scrapbook paper away. But anyhow, she talked us into doing a class, but we did a card class. And then, so we had always do like 5 cards, and we had quite a big class. And it kept getting bigger pretty soon. We started out, I think, with 10 people, and then it got to 15. And it's like, we did that, but then it's like it cut into our scrapbooking time so much that it's like we didn't even scrapbook anymore. So it's like, I think we did that for 5 years. So like all the time you're just planning cards and, you know, cutting the supplies for them so that people can make them, because you had to be able to kind of put them together pretty quick, because you had people that it's like, oh, have it after, you know, after afternoon or whatever, and then you still got to be out of there by a certain amount of time. Okay, I am loving this page. I think it turned out really cute. And I'll give you a kind of a quick close-up. My sister was watching my video, and she goes that she had to be able to see it real quick before I turned off the camera. So there you are, and I will do some stills. But I love doing that. And see, it's like, I've got this here. Actually, I got butterflies on my page too, but I've got the little tag here. I did put stuff here where it's got a subtitle. And I did continue on over here, and then I have my regular title here. Again with a butterfly. So I think that's pretty good. Okay, well, I will see you soon. I should be up and running next week. And so let me know if you guys like to use a sketch, or if you prefer to do it on your own. And if you do use a sketch, do you mix it up all the time? Just having to alter things so they kind of fit your style better. Thanks for joining me. Bye.